Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's Sunday was as blessed as mine. I am definitely happy to be back on and to be able to post another video. Um, to all of my viewers and subscribers, thank you for viewing and subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate it. Once again, I would definitely like to send out my thoughts and prayers to the Whitaker family uh, on the passing of Shakira Whitaker. Um, she would definitely be missed. From me and all of her family members and friends, I know that rest in peace, sweetie. And because I do have a relationship with him, I know that I will see you again. So, with that being said, let's talk about the topic tonight, which is giving someone your power, giving them your power. Okay, let's talk about this thing, y'all. When you think about uh, various relationships that you may have, whether it be friendship, a personal relationship, a romantic relationship, whatever it may be, um, when you give someone uh, a lot of energy, you're basically giving them your power. Okay. When you put so much energy into that one thing that is actually happening between you and that person, you're giving them your power. Okay. And then it's actually giving them the upper hand, whether you know it or not, you know, and they feed off of that. Believe it or not, they are sitting back, they're watching you after they get you upset, they get you mad, and they are sitting back laughing. They may be joking about it. They could be talking to some other people about it, but they are winning in the situation. And what you have to do is you have to know how to beat them at their own game. Okay? There are various situations that go on in our lives and in certain relationships, you know. And one of the things that we have to do is we have to stop giving too much energy to that situation. Cater to, and if it's a friendship, and I'll break it down, you know, I always give you examples. If it's a friendship, the only thing you could do to be a friend to someone who don't really want to take your advice or don't really want to help, but they do continue to ask you, what am I supposed to do? Or they want you to listen to their problems, but they're still not trying to get out of the situation. What they do is they constantly do the opposite of what you talk to them about. So what I've learned in situations like that is um I don't need to keep talking to you. Especially if we talked about the same things over and over again and you're going to continue to keep doing it. What I have become to a lot of my friends is an ear. Okay? Because everyone needs an ear. Don't ever stop giving that ear to someone just because you're mad because they're doing their own thing or they don't want to take your advice. I think that's totally wrong. Okay? You need to be able to hear them because you don't know what they're going through at that specific time. That could be the last time that you speak to them. Okay? They may have needed just to hear your voice in order to make it through at that specific time. So if you shun them away or you play them off and to the side and say, "Oh, I don't feel like talking to you right now," I think that's wrong. So what I do now is I'll listen, but I may not give a lot of advice because the advice is the energy that you're giving to them. Okay? You got to even be careful with the listening part, because even with the listening part, that takes a lot of energy out of you too. You got to remember, if you're not going through a lot and that person is, just by listening, it's kind of bringing in some things in your um, system that you don't need either. You know, I would call it negative energy, but evil spirits at the same time. You got to watch what you entertain. So that's what I'm saying with that part. So listening is okay, ice, all right, you know. But what I've been doing with a lot of my friends is I just been listening to them, and I have not been really given too many. I haven't been given too much advice to a lot of my friends, and the reason being is because I feel like if you're my male friends, then you keep setting yourself up for a disaster if you're going to keep doing the same thing and then coming back to me and talking to me about it. That's just how I feel. Nothing towards them. It's not nothing against them, unless you're where I am. Now I have friends that are where I am right now, so it's easy for me to talk to them about all of their situations without even getting mad or anything like that. But then there's the ones where I'm like, I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with this. I'll listen to you, but I'm not gonna give you any advice. Okay. For my relationship people, and I'm talking about relationships, personal relationships, romantic marriages, partners, all of that. If you're giving that person a lot of your energy and they're saying that, oh, I'm finished with you, I'm done, or I don't want to talk to you right now, but you're the one giving all the energy, what ends up happening is you're going to get hurt in the end. Okay? In their mind, they have already come up with what they're going to do in the whole situation. They just left you out of it. You're not a part of their thought process. So what's happening is you constantly give that energy into the situation and you're not getting anything back. So that kind of puts you in a non-win situation. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. Honestly. You're going to continue to keep going after that person and they're going to keep giving you their butt to kiss. Oh, did I say that? It's the truth. Okay? Now, if it's the other person on the other end, the person that is actually doing this, okay? You know how you give your power to the person that you really don't want to deal with by doing ignorant things to them, okay? Petty things, um, childish things. You know what I mean? If you're doing the childish stuff, then that means you're not really done with that person. You can say it to you black and blue in the face, but the more you feed into what they are doing to you or what they are saying to you, that means you're not over it. You're giving them your power. If I'm sitting there saying I'm not going to argue with you, but I argue with you anyway because I feel like, oh, you just said something mean to me, then I already know that I got you. Eating out of palm of my hands. Seriously, if it's that simple and I can get you upset, they got you. That's straight up. And the more you feed into it, whether you're defending yourself, whether you show that negative energy, whether you show that childish energy, you're being spiteful and ignorant and all that stuff, you're giving them your power. You have to take it back. Sometimes silence is the best thing, honestly. If I'm silent, that means that I'm not going to feed into it. I'm not going to show you anything, no emotion, nothing. I rather do this because it's actually helping me to heal at the same time, but it's also allowing you to miss me, honestly. Because I don't care how much they say, oh, I don't miss that person. They don't mean nothing to me. If you were with that person, 9 times out of 10, they're going to think about you anyway, especially if there's things that they're holding on to. Okay? Seriously. This is me. All right. And I can take it back to as far as my first marriage. Okay. And say this much. This is how I know. Oh, this is how I knew. Sorry, that everything was over and done with, and we both did not give any more energy into it. When the tears stopped, we both didn't have any more to say, have anything else to say to each other. And also, we were adults about it to actually divide everything up that we had together and say, okay, this is it. That's how we knew it was over, it was finished. You know, we did not put any more energy into it whatsoever. No arguments, nothing came out of it. We were done. So for my people that's in a relationship, that's really how you're supposed to do it if you're really over that person. You don't have to keep putting energy into it. Be careful with the power that you possess, but you keep and you give it back to the other person. Be careful with it because it can put you in a state where mentally you may not even be able to come back from it. Some people that lose that power, that thing where it actually gives them the upper hand and they don't know how to come back from it, it can send you into a mental state of shock. You will be doing crazy things like following them and calling them crazy. You know what I mean? Calling them like crazy and trying to find out what their every move is and things like that. That means you lost your power. You don't have it. Okay? And for the people that's on the other end, you lost your power because you're feeding into whatever they're doing. So really, both parties lose. In order for one person to win, if that's how you want it, then someone has to be quiet in the situation and just let everything be the way it's going to be. In order for both parties to win, you both have to be the adult in the situation and say, okay, this is not working. It's just not going to work out for the both of us. So I think we should do it like this. I can honestly say the first time I was married, this is how it happened. Even though it's probably not something that we wanted to do, we knew that we had to do it. That's what we needed to do in order to move on to our next part in our life. And really, it wasn't just closing a chapter, it was closing the whole book. That's it. We closed that book, but we closed it like adults. Still till this day, I respect her. I love her for the person that she was to me. We're not friends. We don't even talk. We don't put any energy in the situation that happened between us. I wished her the best. She wished me the best. And that's it. That's how it's supposed to be. But if you're entertaining these relationships, whether it be personal, whether it be a friendship, then what you need to understand is the power works both ways. You can't be selfish with it. Split it down the middle. Someone told me that in order for a battery to work, and we all know this, but it made sense to me. There's a negative and a positive. If you have two positives, it's not going to work. Two negatives, it ain't going to work. You have to have the negative and the positive, which means that you and the other person, whatever relationship it may be, you're the negative and the other person may be the positive, or maybe vice versa. But in order for that relationship, in order for that battery to work, the negative and the positive has to come together. That's the only way it's going to work. And if you really think about it, that is a relationship, period. I don't care what kind it is, that's a relationship. And the roles reverse all the time. You could be the negative sometimes. Sometimes you may be the positive. Sometimes the other person might be the negative. Sometimes they may be the positive. That's just how it goes. But you need both for that battery to operate. That's it. And if we think about our life relationships like that, we'll be better off. I just told myself that this year I was not going to feed into a lot of stuff. That's personal life, friendships, family members, and all the relationships that go along with that. I just wasn't going to feed into it. I'll entertain what I need to entertain and what I want to entertain. If I don't want to entertain it, it's not that I don't love you. It's just that I need not to allow things to jump into my spirit and then it takes control of the power that I have. And I'm not going to let that happen anymore. I gave my power away too much. Seriously. Enough that I had to find Kenton again. I had to really figure out who I was all over again. It wasn't enough that, I lost a lot within the past few years. I really had to find myself again. And what I had to learn is all of the obstacles and hurdles that I had to go over and the obstacles that I had to go around and everything. Even after all of that, I had to realize that this is for me. This is what God chose me to go through. Not realizing that it was all to make me a stronger person. So now I can possibly persevere through anything in life. That's just it. You're not ready if you don't know how to deal with it. You won't be ready if you don't know how to deal with it. It's all a part of life. But you gotta give yourself that power. You need it. You will kill yourself literally. Seriously. You feel powerless. No matter how much someone is saying that they love you and they care about you, and if you're around that person and you just don't feel like you have the energy that you need because that negative energy is taking everything out of you, then you lost your power. My personal relationship people, let me tell you something. If you are still crying over that person and things like that, and you feel like, oh, they don't have me and I moved on, but you still crying, guess what? That other person got that power and they know it. They know it. I could not give that part of myself anymore. It takes a strong person to stay in a situation in any type of relationship and you're powerless. I guarantee that mentally, that's the first thing that you are going to struggle with. Seriously. And they sitting there, they laughing, they're going on, they're moving on with their life, they're doing everything that they want to do, but you're still going through the motion. You got to take it back. Now, I guarantee relationship, if they really cared about you and they really love you the way that they said they did or they do, then they are feeling it too. Somewhere down the line, that relationship has to be repaired. And the repair doesn't mean that you got to stay friends with that person. Doesn't mean that you have to stay in a relationship with that person. It just means repair it. Just repair it. Sometimes you might need to have closure to repair it, to get your power back. Prime example, and I'm telling y'all this because, excuse me, this really happened. My friend that just died, and I say her name a lot on these videos, but we had closure. That was something that she wanted from me at the end of her journey. Did I know that she was about to leave this earth? No, I didn't. I had no idea that this was going to happen. But in order for her to get our back, or to make sure that we had the negative and positive for our battery, she had to hear it. She had to. I didn't understand it at first, but now I understand it very clearly. This was a part of her balancing out our battery. This is what it was all about the whole time. Some of y'all keep going around here in these relationship, friendships, and all of that, and that battery is not properly being used. That's why it keeps getting disconnected. That's why you need a jump every now and then. You need that jump, you need that boost, because you're not doing it the right way. You guys are letting like 20 years of friendship go because you don't know how to balance it out. And it could be something as simple as, I'm sorry, I'll make it better, let's do this, you know. And then what you're doing is you're losing sleep, countless hours, years, when friends, your friends have kids and all of that. Now y'all missing out on all this time, and you can't see your kids grow together, none of that, because it's too much negative energy and y'all feeding right into it. The longer y'all stay apart, that's that power we're talking about. But then who has it? Let's think about this, because you talking about them, they talking about you. So who really has the power? Because I'm a believer, I can say Satan got it. Seriously. He's winning because he probably wanted to end that friendship all that time. And y'all sitting here wasting all this time feeding into it, instead of just calling that person up saying, can we talk? This is a better way we can do this. I know it is, because it has happened in the past. There's a lot of people that are going through the same thing that you are going. It's just that people don't share their testimony. It's a testimony. What's wrong with letting someone else know what you're going through? Because 9 times out of 10, they may be going through it too. Power, y'all. Power. Take it back. Take it back. Don't keep allowing someone to have that much influence and impact on your life. That's crazy. I don't want nobody to have that much influence on me. I don't want them to even think that they have that much influence in my life where they can stop me from doing things because they don't like me or they feel this way about me. So they talk about me. They talk about me to people. They talk about me to family members and all of that to make me look bad. If you got that much time on your hands to talk about people and to do things that petty, then you don't want your power anyway. Seriously. That's too much negative energy that you're feeding into the situation. So that shows me what you are and who you stand for. Do you really want a friend like that? Do you want to really be in a relationship like that? Come on. You got to ask yourself that. That's why I say the best medicine and the best recipe sometimes is just to, that's it. That is it. That's all you need to do. It works. I'm telling y'all from experience, it works. You know, I just had a talk this afternoon with my mom and my sister about a certain situation that is going on with me. And I'm not going to say anything, but, you know, and it's not that they gave me bad advice. It's just that I told them I wasn't giving any more energy to the situation. I can't because I have to really worry about what I am going through at this point in time. Bottom line is, and I was trying to tell them, I took my power back. I'm not willing to gamble with that because I'm 36 years old now. Okay? Mentally, I just don't have time for the nonsense. So I am getting to that point in my life where it's like I can smell it from a mile away. Seriously. And do you really want to continue to keep going through that in life with friends, family members, personal relationships? No, I'm not going to feed into it. Tell yourself that you are worth enough to just be like, they may not understand, but they may not want you to, but www.com. It's just as simple as that. Honestly, it will make your life like 10 times better. I'm telling you, it's free. Okay. I'm going to go, but before I do, I am going to be coming back here this week. I have topics. You know, sometimes you come back up with good topics and then hit them again. So I got some very good topics that I've been coming up with, y'all. I got some good stuff that we're going to talk about. We're really going to get into some things because I'm upset that I had to erase my videos the first time. I want to get back into those because I do want to help my married people out. I want to help y'all save y'all marriages. That's my goal in this situation. And if I don't tell you what I've been through, you're not going to know how to do that. You may be going through what I've been through. I really want you to save your marriage. For my married people, I want y'all to save it. I don't want y'all to go out here and try to find something else. It's not even worth it, I'm telling you. It's not at all. Save and preserve what you have. And I want to be able to help y'all out with that. So we're going to definitely come back. You know, I'm going to come back with some more stuff, y'all. All right? It's a beautiful Sunday evening. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I love you guys.